Comics Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Davida Jackson and Anna Crilly. Regional news with Elise Escaranli and Ashley Cassie, and the Midstate News Team. The Sporting Life with Adam Sokolowski and Katie Lee. Anthony Majori is State of the Arts. And Nebraska's favorite son, Daniel McAllister, is surfacing the underground. While Rebecca Fetter leads our street team. Our movie reviewers are Jonna Bond and Josh Fletcher with Dallas the Dog. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine, with your hosts, Davida Jackson and Anna Crilly. Fade in, camera two.
Hi, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Kira Elliott.
And I'm Anna Crilly. You're not Davida.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Davida couldn't make it this week, so I'm filling her shoes. Those are really large shoes to fill, but if you could tell me what's going on in this week's show, that'd be awesome.
You know, Davida would know.
Well, honey, I'm not Davida, and...
Well, you're just lucky that I wrote a poem for this show.
Okay, no reason to get angry. Can you show me the poem?
I can tell you it.
Tell me the poem, please. Thanks, Anna.
Rebecca Fetter will talk about pickup lines. Maybe some new ones will blow our minds, although they can be kind of crude. Hey, nice shoes. Now, Janet, is she a tart? We'll find out in State of the Arts. And in the news, Bradley needs renovations as gays and lesbians combat discriminations.
Ooh,
but then,
good rhyme.
Bringing up the rear, Carrie Thompson with the perfect chair. And that's our show.
That's it?
Yeah.
That was awesome. You're a
Thank
very
you.
Talented young lady.
I know, but you're still not Davida.
I know, but can I try? Can I please just...
Maybe.
Maybe.
But you'll have to do some really hard work, and, you know, introducing the segments will have to be very good.
That's my job to introduce?
Yes,
okay.
That is your job.
I can work on
because
that.
I can't do it. I can't. I don't know how.
Well, how long, you've done this before, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty new.
Okay.
So
All right.
I just interviewed people on the streets because I did street team
All
before.
right. Well, just take a cue from me. Let's see what a girl like Rebecca Fetter's doing in a place like this with street team.
The Streets with Fetter. I'm your host, Rebecca Fetter. You know, it's really hard for guys and girls to get dates nowadays. The guys don't know whether or not they should take the girls to dinner. The girls don't know whether or not they should pick up the check. So we thought we'd go around Bradley's campus and ask people exactly what makes a perfect date. What makes it just absolutely downright perfect? What makes a date horrible? What kind of pickup lines should we use? Are there some pickup lines that are just dead? We just decided to go around, oh, hi, you walked in my shop. How are you? You want a dinner? Call me. Yeah, okay, yeah. See, pickup lines, I don't even have any. Let's see if any of the people that I interviewed gave me some good advice. What is your best date that you can remember? Could you describe it for us?
Probably just dinner and a movie.
Yeah, dinner and a movie.
My best date is going to a dinner, like of her choice, but preferably Chili's, because you can get the all-you-can-eat chips and salsa.
Dinner, movie, maybe like a nice relaxing walk along the river afterwards.
What about a worst date? Have you ever had just an all-time horrible date that you can tell us about?
We were going to go play pool, and he went to take a left turn through an intersection, and he went through a yellow light, and a woman just hit my side of the passenger door, and that pretty much ended the date. Yeah.
I would have to say when my date wanted to take me to Wendy's. Not only did she take me to Wendy's, she wanted to split a double cheeseburger.
I actually fell out of my chair once. I was getting up to help her get up, and I must have tripped on the table or something, and I just fell straight on my butt.
Do you have any good or bad pickup lines that you can tell us for people to use?
Are you Jamaican? No, why? Because Jamaican me crazy.
Your dad a terrorist because you're the bomb.
So they say milk does a body good. Damn, girl, how much milk have you been drinking?
Damn, girl, you know you look fly today.
If you were using a pickup line on me, what would you say? Yeah?
Did it hurt
What?
when you fell from heaven?
Oh, I didn't get that one at first. That's it for this week's edition of Taking It to the Streets with Feder. I hope we all had a good time. I hope we all learned about what pickup lines to use and what not to use. But if all else fails, the #1 pickup line in the world would be,
"How you doing?"
All right, well, I'm doing good, and that's it for this week's edition of Taking It to the Streets with Feder. If you guys still need one more piece of advice, I think Kira can help us out.
I guess just avoid anything that smells kind of funny.
That's it. Back to you guys in studio.
Thanks, Rebecca. I'll be sure to use some of those in the field.
Yeah, I think you'll have really great success, especially with that last part.
Yeah.
It's something that I've always been strict to, you know?
So, now, in the bars, doesn't everything kind of smell funny?
Well, the bar itself does, I guess, so maybe you should just stay away from there altogether.
Yeah, because I would think that, you know, that would distract you from what the person really smells like, and so you would be like, oh, that must be the bar, and then you go out with them when you're giving them your number, and not
then
that
they
ever
just smell
call,
like the facility that they were just in anyway.
Yeah.
So, just stop dating, I think is
Hey, I got
the
that one down.
moral of our story today. You got that one down.
I do.
It makes it more exciting. But I guess it's time to learn a little bit more about some interesting instruments with Anthony Maggiore and State of the Art, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Davida.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. My name is Anthony Maggiore, and this is State of the Arts. I got what's new in entertainment this week. First up, we all knew it would happen eventually, but Howard Stern's media empire is starting to slowly crumble. Radio station group owner Clear Channel Communications recently announced that it was pulling Stern's show from its 6 stations effective immediately. Clear Channel released a statement saying that the self-proclaimed king of all media's morning radio show will remain off the air until they are assured that his show will conform to acceptable standards of responsible broadcasting. Things aren't really getting any easier for Janet Jackson. In the wake of her costume malfunction at this year's Super Bowl, Jackson has abruptly quit her starring role in ABC's upcoming Lena Horne biopic. According to Daily Variety, Jackson bowed out after Horne refused to sign a contract giving ABC permission to begin production on the TV movie unless they assured her Jackson would no longer participate. ABC reportedly stayed by Jackson, but with Horne so adamant, Jackson decided to withdraw on her own. Rosie O'Donnell has gone bridal. O'Donnell and longtime companion Kelly Carpenter wed in a quick private ceremony Thursday at San Francisco City Hall, becoming the most famous of 300-plus same-sex couples to get hitched there in recent weeks. The newlyweds, hand in hand and clutching a bouquet in their license, briefly addressed the hundreds of fans on to cheer, thanking the city for San Francisco for an amazing stance the mayor has taken. Pop singer Justin Timberlake has canceled all television appearances through April to focus on filming his debut film, an independent movie called Edison. The biggest of these canceled appearances is ABC's Motown 45, which Timberlake was slated to co-host. The move comes amid controversy from several African-American organizations that had been lobbying for the singer's removal. Project Islamic Hope's executive director Najee Ali said, quote, "The selection of Timberlake as co-host of this Motown special is a cultural insult to the black community." You may have noticed an unexpected face in last week's American Idol episode. 22-year-old George Huff filled in the last-minute spot as yet another Idol wannabe was removed to the show for legal issues. Northern California native Donnie Williams was scheduled to compete last week for one of the 6 remaining spots in the finalist lineup, but was dropped from the show after being arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence. Williams was stopped when he allegedly drove 100 miles per hour past a police car just a few days before the show was set to tape. Finally in theaters this weekend is Spartan, starring Val Kilmer, Ed O'Neill, and William H. Macy. Also out this weekend is Johnny Depp's new thriller, Secret Window, which co-stars Coyote Ugly's Maria Bello. Be sure to check out both of those films starting Friday. And don't go anywhere, because after this public service announcement, I'll have an Iranian musician right here in the studio. You'll all want to check it out.
Be as easy as pushing a button. But with e-file from the IRS, your taxes can be. It's the fastest, surest way to get your taxes behind you. So ask your tax preparer or visit us on the web.
We are back. I am joined here by Dr. Fred Tayari, and he is an Iranian music collector. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Tayari.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I'm surrounded by all sorts of interesting looking musical instruments here, and they're all from Iran?
Yes.
They are, okay. And what are these all made out of? Because they all seem to look like they're made out of the same thing.
Well, basically, they're made of wood and some strings.
Wood, okay. And these all come from Iran. Around what century do they come from? Do they have dates to all of them?
Well, they are dated to pre-Islamic era, maybe more than 14th centuries. They have a history. And for example, this instrument that's in front of me is called santur. This is has a history prior to piano.
Wow.
Piano is a evolved version of this instrument. And there are several instruments that I have brought here. For example, if you hand the other one to me, this is called kamancha. This is, again, another version probably prior to violin. And violin is a kind of another easy version of this, easy to play, easy to handle, but the sound probably would not have the same quality as this one has.
Excellent. So we got the
violin. The handle is played, and of course, as you mentioned, I am an instrument collector, not player. And it's placed on the thigh, and then actually the on sideways is played.
Excellent. Excellent. So we owe the violin to the Iranians then.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
And this has moved again from Iran to Arabic countries after the revolution of Islam and changing the religions of the country, and they that went to in Arabic countries for a variety of other forms of this type of music. They have changed it.
Okay, well, I'm real interested to hear what this sounds like, so why don't you go ahead and play us a little piece here and show us exactly what this is all about.
My pleasure.
Excellent. Very fascinating. Thank you so much for joining us,
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Terry.
My pleasure.
That's all the time I got for this week's Midstate and State of the Arts. Be sure to come back next week. Anna and Davida, it's coming back to you.
Davida.
Thanks, Anthony. Gee, Davida, wasn't that great?
Anna, my name isn't Davida. It's Kira. I'm Kira, not Davida.
Yeah.
I realize that you miss her, but
I do miss her.
But you're just gonna have to get over it. I'm Kira. It's just gonna be. It's fine.
You know,
short term.
I thought it was you. I thought you were just Davida, you know, with a new look. You know, that happens. People get new looks. They look irrecognizable.
Anna, do I look anything like Davida? Anything?
No.
Okay. I wouldn't be Davida with a new look then, would I?
No.
Okay. We're gonna go to the news now. Here's Ashley and Starlina.
Good afternoon and welcome to Midstate News. I'm Starlina Trainer.
And I'm Ashley Cassie. Your travels up north may soon become much quicker. A proposed route named Interstate 336 linking Peoria to Macomb is being discussed. Although it could be 20 years before it is completed, the 60 miles of four-lane road is fueling hopes of economic renewal in Macomb. A decision on whether or not the highway will be built should be made by the end of the year.
Illinois Central College is planning to purchase the former Zeller Mental Health Center. The former mental health center was closed in 2002 because it was too expensive to operate. ICC is currently leasing the property for $1 a year. The facility is operating as a third campus. ICC officials say that owning the facility would give the school more flexibility. The college has already invested $3 million in the property. The facility is estimated to be worth $11 million.
Bradley University will also be seeing some changes soon. Midstate's own Melody Essler went out to get all the details on the Bradley Hall renovations.
Hi, I'm Melody Essler with Midstate Magazine, and I'm standing outside of the 107-year-old Bradley Hall. Just last week, a $6 million renovation plan was approved. Let's go ahead and step inside and see the current conditions. Bradley Hall is the aesthetic focal point of Bradley's campus. This landmark building was one of the original buildings of the Bradley Polytechnic Institute and is therefore a piece of history. Though still in good condition from the outside, the interior has become quite outdated and is now in serious need of a facelift.
In the spring and the fall, it's really hot in there. There's no air conditioning. The rooms are dirty. The desks are like old and rickety. There's no technology in there. I have to read off of a overhead screen instead of PowerPoint. It's just not the kind of environment I want to be in school.
Well, it looks like it's from the 1920s. Compared to all the other buildings here, I mean, they have no technology whatsoever. All the desks look really, really old.
The goal of the campaign is to renovate the building to meet the needs of students and faculty while maintaining the nostalgic exterior. Claire Ita, Dean of Liberal Arts and Sciences, explains what will be done during the renovations.
The way we teach today is rather different than the way we taught a number of years ago. And so one of the things that we wanted to do was have a larger number of small classrooms. Also because of the role of technology. We need to have classrooms that have capabilities for mediation, whether it's PowerPoint or other forms of technology.
Technology is not Ita's only concern.
The heating, ventilating, and air conditioning system has gotten very old, and that's why you sometimes see ceiling tiles that have fallen down or may fall down during a class and literally hit somebody on the head.
Overall, this is exciting news for Bradley, and when all the construction is completed in the estimated 3 years, it will be well worth it. This is Melody Essler with Midstate Magazine.
Absentee voting has been made available to residents of McLean County. This procedure has often been made available to those in the military, but states such as Washington and Oregon have set the trend and have seen their voting numbers increase dramatically. Absentee voting allows you to vote in your precinct no matter where you are in the world during an election. Throughout central and west central Illinois, 15 ATM machines have been stolen from businesses. The thieves break into storefronts at early morning hours and remove the machines. The latest theft was in the town of Victoria, while other ATMs have disappeared in Rock Island, Henry, McDonough, and Peoria counties since November.
In order to help senior citizens nationwide, Governor Blagojevich joined other governors and congressional leaders to discuss the re-importation of prescription drugs. By establishing a safety standard and importing drugs from other countries, seniors could receive cheaper prescription drugs. However, U.S. pharmacists question the safety of these drugs, and the FDA is doing its best to protect the profits of pharmaceutical companies. Are you tired of listening to automated voices when you call for information? A new service aims to change that. It's Peoria Cares, the city's new 24-hour hotline. Callers can speak with an actual human being to have their questions and concerns addressed. And if you call from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can talk to a person rather than hear a recorded message. Calls after 5 p.m. will go to voicemail to be addressed the next day. With the presidential election race really heating up, a lot of attention has been focused on discrimination in America.
Eric Swenson, Midstate's special coverage reporter, attended the Stop the Hate Vigil, a forum on discrimination. Let's see what happened.
No justice until
First Baptist Church held its annual Stop the Hate Vigil last week, sponsored by the Central Illinois chapter for the Interfaith Alliance. Members from various religious affiliations attended to discuss current political issues as well as discriminatory issues in America. Donna Red Wing, the field coordinator for the D.C. office for the Interfaith Alliance, was the event's main speaker.
In all of my political life, whether I was working for the Human Rights Campaign, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance, and now the Interfaith Alliance, it's always been grassroots organizing. We know that to have a voice in Washington, you have to have a voice in Peoria.
And it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean that we have to agree, it doesn't matter about the color of our skin, it doesn't matter our religion. What matters is that we can honor each other in a sense of peace and love and hope. And that's what this is about tonight.
The Alliance to Stop the Hate Vigil has been ongoing for 5 years. This year's discussion was centered around America's current hot topic of gay-lesbian marriage. Emily Gill, president of the Interfaith Alliance in Central Illinois, as well as a local Bradley professor, said that the Interfaith Alliance helped pass the anti-discriminatory ordinance in Peoria.
We were part of a press conference where people from different organizations were interviewed in order to try to bolster the effort and publicize it and that sort of thing. And
with around 60 affiliates throughout the country, the Interfaith Alliance hopes to create an awareness that tells people to not allow history to repeat itself by discriminating, whether it be race, religion, color, or sexual preference.
I really work toward a world where we get to draw a circle that embraces all of us instead of a line that divides us.
For Midstate Magazine, this is Eric Swenson reporting. Back to you, Elise and Ashley.
Thank you, Eric. 10-year-old Cruz Alvarez received a special guest at OSF on Wednesday, his horse, Zeus. The animal-friendly hospital approved the visit after his parents told him how much it would brighten his spirits. Alvarez is being moved to a hospital in Indianapolis, and he won't make his trip alone. His new hospital allows pets. Tonight's Oddly Enough file takes us across the Pacific Ocean. A shoplifter was caught in Beijing, China after she brought the pants that she stole back to the store in order to have them shortened. The woman felt the stolen pants were too long, and she heard that the store alters any clothes they sell free of charge. The woman confessed to the crime after the store confronted her about the missing pair of pants. Up now is Adam Sokolowski with this week's sports update. Adam?
The Greater Peoria Bowling Championship is in the books. Now local aces have another event to look forward to. Bullmore Lanes will host the inaugural PBA Midwest Region Peoria Open. The Professional Bowlers Association rolls into town April 16th and is expected to bring some big names with it. Potential Pro Bowler of the Year, Pete Weber, should make a tour date to put on a show in Peoria. Pro-Am will precede the big event, allowing local stars a few frames. The proceeds will all go to charity. There are many more upcoming opportunities to learn about Peoria's great outdoors. The Pumuti Trail Association is hosting a hike on March 13th at Forest Park Nature Center. The hike is scheduled to be there for 9 a.m., but the Nature Center is open from dawn till dusk, 7 days a week. The center in Peoria Heights boasts both hilly and flat trails. The volunteer at the center says March is a great time to enjoy the trails because hikers can see the river from the hilltops and they can also see the early signs of spring. If you want to be able to put those experiences on film, the most published wildlife photographer in North America will be sharing his expertise with the Peoria community. Leonard Rue will lead a full-day seminar at Illinois Central College on March 20th. Further information for registration is available by calling 691-4253. Another group enjoying the spring weather is the Bradley men's tennis team. Katie Lee talked to the team about their season and their expectations.
The men's tennis team started the season off strong, but have since run into trouble and lost several very close matches against tough teams. The men put in 10 hours of training a week at the clubs at River City and have games on weekends, on top of attending classes full-time, so their troubles are certainly not due to a lack of work ethic. Even after a loss to major rival Northern Illinois University, the Braves remain optimistic and continue to work hard for their upcoming games against DePaul, Dayton, and Indiana State. Fourth-year head coach Drew Barrett and the team will travel to Pensacola, Florida, Carbondale, Illinois, and Wichita, Kansas over the next few weeks and hope for a more positive showing there.
We try to keep the morale up and the confidence up, I think, as much as anything else, because confidence is everything. And getting these guys who are used to being individuals to become team members.
The Braves are keeping their spirits up, cheering each other on during sets, and remembering why they joined the team in the first place, their love for the sport. Team members grew up playing tennis, and several would not be at Bradley if it weren't for the team. With the season stretching through late April, the Braves have plenty of time to redeem themselves, but stress that they play for their own enjoyment. The team consists of young players, all of whom will be around next year, and look forward to continuing with the team and improving on their performance each season.
The favorite part is these guys really are good kids, and they really are. They work pretty hard for me. They're learning to work hard, to excel, and push themselves even farther than they used to.
The players hit a few balls to me, and I gained a new appreciation for how difficult the sport is. In the spring, Bradley's David Markin tennis courts are always flooded with students playing against each other or just playing around. Tennis is a fun activity, whether you're Serena Williams or just looking for a good workout.
Reporting for Midstate Magazine, I'm Katie Lee.
That's it for sports this week, guys. Back to you, Ashley and Star.
Thanks, Adam. Time we have for this week's edition of Midstate News.
Back to Anna and Davida.
Thanks. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, thanks, Ashley and Starlina.
That was interesting news. Wow. Are you okay?
They're not Davida either.
Sweetheart, it'll be okay, okay? Just breathe. Just don't hyperventilate. Remember, people are watching, okay? You don't want to embarrass yourself, okay? And it's just very temporary. Davida will be back next week.
I know. I can't.
You can call her and have lunch with her. She's just busy today, okay? And then you guys can act like you're on set.
Too busy for me.
Okay. Here's something that'll cheer you up. Here's Date with Destiny with Carrie Thompson. It's okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another segment of Date with Destiny. I'm your host, Carrie Thompson. When it comes down to it, there really is one thing that separates the good from the great. This one thing is more powerful than natural talent, intelligence, salary figures, or even job titles. When we realize that we have become detached from what we love, it's essential to re-engage ourselves. A person can be the best athlete of his time, or the smartest guy in the boardroom, but it's virtually impossible to rise to the top without heart. Heart shows others that we are doing things for the right reasons. Our actions need to match our ideals. Someone not leading or acting with their heart is usually acting on a more superficial level. When a person wants success simply to gain a title, a raise, or to dominate others, these negative intentions lead to disaster. A person with heart lives with passion and enthusiasm. If you want to make a difference in other people's lives as well as your own, look into your heart and see what is revealed. When we give of our hearts, we have reached the highest form of living. After all, there's no such thing as too much heart. It is by far the most powerful force on earth. Thank you. Back to you, Anna and Davida.
Thank you so much, Carrie. After seeing that, I really do feel better. I do.
Thought that would make you feel better. And you know what? Like I said, Davida will be back next week. It'll all be the same.
But you know what? I think I really am getting used to you being my co-host.
Anna, I think you really have some attachment issues. And I think it's time for an intervention.
What?
We'll see each other around. We'll see each other at the library and stuff. It's okay, don't cry. Please don't cry.
Do you promise?
I promise you.
Promise me.
I promise you. We can even go out for dinner. It'll be super fun.
For real? Will you pay?
No. No.
I'm not gonna
there
cry
will
anymore.
be no paying on my part.
All
we can go
right.
back and do some dishes, though. That'll be fun, too.
Yeah,
See?
together!
See, it's all great. Well, thanks for joining us this week. I'm Kira Elliott.
And I'm Anna Crilly.
See you later. I'm not Davida Jackson.
No, she's not. She's